Bobby actually put up a really interesting article about why democratic socialism is gaining popularity in the States. Bobby, do you want to talk about that?
Well, I just thought it was interesting, right? Because as I was like, it seems so funny to me is like, why is the United States going so left? Because my entire life, I've really thought of them as this sort of like pro-capitalism, really right-wing country, especially compared to Canada, right? I mean, the things that they're fighting about is like, we just do. It's like, we've had public health care the whole time I've been alive.
Yeah.
Like multiculturalism. I mean, I live in Toronto, but it's like, that's never been an issue for me. The idea that like, if you're black, I hate you. Like, why would I hate you because you're black? I don't even understand. It doesn't even make sense to me, right? Oh, you're Asian, so there's a problem. You're white, so that, like, I don't understand. And they're fighting over these things, but then you start to see, I think it's very simple, actually. I think it's the erosion of the middle class. I think that you now have rich people and poor people in a really, really pronounced way. And now finally people are going, oh, fuck, like we need to do something about this. And I think this is why the rise of what's the term? Democratic socialism. I think that's what that is. It's like you need a name. You need to put a name to your frustration. I think that's ostensibly what political movements are. And I think that's just come out of this world now where it's like the pandemic. Fuck, man. If there was ever a day of reckoning, it's this pandemic, because you're either like, you don't know how you're going to pay your bills and survive, or you're getting fucking rich.
I'm sorry. I missed out on that because I'm watching Andrew eat ribs.
It's just the erosion of the middle class, right? It's like the pandemic is showing you either like poor or in debt, or like don't know how you're going to pay your bills, or you're fucking Amazon. I was like, Elon Musk just became the second richest person in the world. He's worth like something like $150 billion. And I'm like, how? It's like, how are you making, like, there's people who've made like $60 billion during a pandemic that's been less than a year old.
From
This
a company
is what's
that's
wrong
not
with
making
our
any
world.
money. Tesla's not making any money.
So how's he making his money?
I have no idea who's making money. I just know that Elon Musk. Elon, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter what the logic is. It's like somehow Elon Musk has made another $50 billion. Jim Bezos is it Jeff Bezos? Jim Bezos? I can't.
Jeff.
He's made another fucking like $75 billion. I was like, how is this possible at the same time where people are dying and starving and they don't know how they're going to buy groceries next week? And yet in the same system, you have people who are making $100 billion.
Poor
off.
treatment of workers. Poor treatment of workers.
I'm
There
gonna
is
get
article about, like, there was on Cyber Monday, which we just had. Tons of articles about, hey, instead of using Cyber Monday, don't give it to the guy who is treating his warehouse staff really, really, really poorly. Maybe shop locally. So, just saying. And by the way, I also have an Amazon Prime account, so I'm a bit of a hypocrite in this regard. So,
me too.
Yeah,
me too.
We already all knew that.
I love Mrs. Maisel.
Right. I mean,
something is off, man. I mean, it's like it looks like 50%, and I don't know what the number is. I'm just anecdotally, like, I live in the annex, and I swear to God, it's like every other fucking store is gone now. It's like they've been here for decades, right? And it's just, they're just gone. And I was like, how can this world sustain itself when every other business is gone?
I have a problem. However, I honestly believe that eventually we are going to have to let go of this 19th century concept of left and right, and capitalism versus socialism and all that stuff, because we've already entered a new age. It's not even that we're about to enter it. We've entered into we're no longer in the industrial age, we're in the information age, and we have been for quite a few years now, where the future is AI technology. The future is, tapping fusion technology. The future is, there's, securing your identity. People making money off of advertising off of the minutia of information about what you search for or what you buy. That's the economy now as it exists. So the concepts of like socialism, capitalism, and all that stuff, we really do have to get beyond that. Like it's like a child. Anyway.
I really think, though, that it can somewhat be summed up with the term neo-feudalism, that in some ways we're returning to that state which humanity has existed in for most of the period where we've had centralized governments. I think we've returned to that kind of reality, that the elites that we're seeing in power now are actually pushing to return to that state.
Let's be very clear about this. We, in the modern age, are equivalent to Russian serfs who don't own the land.
No, don't say Russian, because serfdom in Germany was not outlawed until I believe it was 1867.
As a matter of
fact, I'm going to build on both of those points, though, right? Because I think it's interesting, right? Because we're talking about the context of history, right? And we're viewing the present through the prism of the past. And I think this is the error. This is the error, right? And I think that partly, I think I'm able to view this sort of race war with objectivity because I'm mixed race, right? I'm very, very directly half white and half not white. So I can't not see both sides. And so what's interesting is that now, everything's segregation, right? And it's like, I still get fucked because I don't fit in any of the boxes. And I think that this is history, is that we're used to defining things through sort of black and white terms. But Moody's point, I think, is quite brilliant, is that our society is transmogrified to a sort of new type of complexity that we cannot define through the past, because these things are unprecedented. You can't, like, the internet has changed the entire world. So how can you use something that somebody created in 1850 to define a world that's completely different now?
No, but what I think you can do, if you go back to Egyptian times and you look at the social structures that were established, right, through that period to today, with certain outbreaks of revolt against, right, those social categories, it's been pretty steady elites and whatever version of serfdom, right? I mean, that seems to have been the historical model.
Sure, but this is just human nature, right? This is not even just human nature.
That's what I'm saying.
This is just nature. I mean, how can you, it's like people are trying to like come up with some sort of political strategy to stop people from wanting to destroy each other, from wanting to have to eat food to live, from wanting to sort of create a hierarchy. Like you can't be against hierarchy. I mean, you can, but it's stupid because it just inherently exists.
No, it's not stupid. It's people will always look at the guy or the girl on top of the hill and go, no, I can take you. I want to be on the hill.
I think that, okay, so I'm just going to take a look at the industrial age. Not that I'm comparing our modern age to the industrial age, but I'm just saying that out of the industrial age came trade unions. What happened was someone said, hey, maybe 8-year-olds should not be working in a mine. I don't know.
And that was the first step into,
the madness that we have now.
Right. Just why would we have stopped that?
And I have a couple of 8-year-olds, good workers. I'm just saying.
This entire podcast is actually powered by small children.
Keep working.
Yeah.
Keep working.
Contribute to our Patreon if you believe that children don't work hard enough.
Tighten those shackles, mister.
But to finish my point, there we go. To finish my point, I just think that we have to recognize the fact that out of this age will come something that will have to deal with the power inequality that exists between those who are reaping money from our information and our privacy.